So today I'm going to tell you about the 3 most valuable knots you should know when getting into the yachting industry. Now, number 1 I'm going to go off about is you're on a boat. So whether you're a deckhand, a stew, an engineer, a purser, a masseuse, a personal trainer, I don't care who you are, you're on a boat. You need to know knots. It's just part of being a sailor, a seaman, somebody who's on the high seas. So, that being said, you know what? You're going to have to pull up the books, or you're going to have to look on YouTube. You're going to have to grab a piece of line and practice these. So, number 1, the bowline knot. Fairly easy knot to learn. This is by far the number 1 most used knot you're going to ever see or ever use while on board a yacht. Pretty basic knot. So pretty much what it is it's a knot that attaches the line to itself, so you can wrap around things, or you can wrap the line to something, or you can use it as a makeshift eye at the end of the line, like a loop at the end of the line that you can run through cleats or attach to a cleat. You're going to find uses for this knot, trust me. And knowing it, and the quicker you can do it, it's going to make you look even more impressive on board. Number 2, the clove hitch knot. This, by far, is your runner-up to the bowline. This is used for tying the fenders onto the rails on the side of the boat. It's for tying a line to a piling. Girls, you need to know this. You're usually the stews. If you're a stew girl, some girls want to be deckhands, and that's all good, or engineers. But if you're going the stew route, you usually have to help the boys outside when docking with the fenders. And sometimes on some yachts, you might not have those fancy fender hooks, so you're going to have to tie the lines onto the rails. How do you do that? Clove hitch. So you can find out how to do this through our website. Yacht University. You just go to the deckhand section, the knots and lines area. We have a full tutorial video on how to do these. You can also look it up on YouTube. In our YouTube channel, we also show it as well. So there's lots of ways to find out. Third knot, the reef knot or square knot. This one you won't use as much, but you'll find once you have this knot in your repertoire, you end up using it in areas of your life. Hell, you might even tie your shoes with this knot. Just joking. But this knot is basically to tie a line around something tightly, or to secure 2 lines together. Well, pretty much there's a brother to that line or a sister to that line called a sheep bend, which is very similar, which you could use to be tying 2 lines of different sizes together, but that's for a whole other video. But pretty much your reef knot or square knot is your third runner-up to the bowline and the clove hitch. And I highly suggest learning these 3 knots, because at some point in your life, you're going to be in the situation where people are going to be looking at you to do knots while you're on board a boat, and you don't want to be looking like that person who hasn't taken a little bit of time to learn a little bit of sailor seamanship skills. So do yourself a favor and spend an afternoon with a piece of rope, or line as we call it, and just practice these knots. And you'll find out they're not that hard. And if you really want to be pro, if you want to be a deckhand or you want to be somebody who's on board, you got to know these knots within like 30 seconds for sure. Like if you're going to be on my deck, I want you to be able to do these knots in 30 seconds, no doubt. So with that being said, if you found any value in this, please like and share. And tell your friends about Yacht University, or if you've signed up and you're going through the loops, thank you very much for trying out the course and going for it. And we wish you the best of luck in your yachting adventures. Have fun tying knots.